Hello and welcome to part 2 of my studio makeover series. I'm really excited because today we are going to be mounting shelves in the studio, and I've been probably more excited to do this than I was to build the desk in my previous video. I really love exposed storage. I think that it's a really fun way to bring some color and character to a room. I also find it really practical because it's a great way to utilize wall space, and I think it's also great for, reminding me of what supplies I have. After getting the shelving up, I had to decide what to actually put on the shelves and what should stay hidden in my drawers. And I felt a bit lost at first, but turns out I just needed to do lots of organization. I'm someone who really loves trying new things, collecting supplies, and also giving new life to old things. So this means I've accumulated quite the collection of pens, pencils, brushes, paper scraps, etc. over the years. This is because I try to let my practice sort of ebb and flow, exploring different things as much as possible, and for this reason I don't like getting rid of things because I never know when I may want to return to that medium or that technique. For example, a recent one has been sewing. I haven't touched my sewing machine for over a year. I was really into it about a year ago. I made lots of projects, but I just got kind of burnt out on it. And had I gotten rid of my sewing machine, all my fabric scraps, my thread, whenever I got the itch to start sewing again recently, I would have had to repurchase all of that. And this is sort of a lesson in overconsumption. If you watch Lainey Ozark, she is a fashion YouTuber, and she talks a lot about keeping pieces of clothing rather than constantly purging your closet in an effort to have less. Because you can enter this vicious cycle of constant consumption. If you're constantly purging so that you own less, chances are you are potentially replacing those items that you're purging, especially like when it comes to clothing specifically. Trend cycles happen so quickly that you never know when the skirt that you bought 2 years ago might be in fashion again, or you maybe you don't care about trend cycles. I certainly don't, but you never know when you might feel the itch to wear that again, and then to satisfy that need in yourself, you have to go out and buy it, right? You can apply this to anything, not just clothing. I feel like art supplies is an example of this as well. A lot of art supplies don't necessarily go bad if you keep them stored correctly, and if you have the space, there's really no reason to purge supplies. You never know when, you might get super burnt out on watercolors, but 6 months later you might want to pick them up again and give it another try. You just never know. So I'm definitely not saying to uncomfortably hoard things. Maybe I'm just giving myself an excuse to have too many art supplies. But now that we have everything relatively organized, definitely could have done better. I'm ready to start decorating and adding in some fun elements. So I got a paper lantern to warm up the space a little bit and provide a little bit extra light. So guess what? You're supposed to feed that before you screw. Okay, I knew it was going together a little too easy. Yeah, so that's kind of important. Oh, down there too, okay. I'm gonna take it apart. Okay, let's see what it looks like. What do we think? Very beautiful. I'm home alone, so I can't have anyone hold the lamp up for me so I could like step back and see it. So I'm gonna be big brained. I'm gonna record it, and then I'm gonna watch it back. It's a little bit bigger than I expected it to be, but that's fine. Okay, I took down my little type press decoration just to see. Okay, I'm having the hardest time choosing where to put this. I don't know, it kind of works right here, right? But then here's the thing, I have this here too already. But that's just for work, I guess. It's gotta go. Kind of like right here, and then unfortunately it's kind of close to the door. I don't know. Okay, I quite literally just need to pick something and just be fine with it. Okay, I literally just said I was gonna pick something, and now I'm over here still debating. Okay, I'm gonna stick with between these two. Yes, final answer. I'm gonna do it in this empty space right here, okay? Final answer. Let's get going. You can do this. It's okay. Oh, I actually have to do this first. So, okay, we're good. Funnily enough, I'm not actually looking for a stud. I want to avoid the studs because my studs are metal studs, so I can't actually drill into them. Please. Okay. Let me turn it on. I think I like it. I'm not a huge fan of the way that this feels, I'm not gonna lie. Just like with that in my view. It kind of feels like a ghost is haunting me. wanted to officially test the overhead mount, so I went ahead and framed this print I had made of a film photo I took. I'm relatively new to film photography, but I really love it when I have the time for it. This photo is of my cat's paw, and I just think it's really sweet, and she brings me a lot of comfort, so I thought it would be really nice to have in my studio. I'm still curating exactly what else I want in my studio art-wise, and I'd like to make some stuff myself, so I don't want to rush into any purchases or rush into anything, but I've been waiting a while to frame this print specifically. If the mat looks silly or funny, it's because I did it myself. I was given a mat cutter. It's like 80 pounds, and it was my first time using it, so I'm sure I did something wrong, and probably something dangerous. It kind of felt very sketchy, so I just didn't film that part. But since it's for myself, I really don't care too much if it looks right or wrong, and it kind of feels all the more special that I gave it a try. And the mat is a vintage mat, so it kind of has a nice patina to it, if you will, but I love how it turned out. Hello, and welcome to my desk. I'm filming with my iPad. I've never done that before. So I wanted to unbox something we got. Let me turn on some lights, maybe, perhaps. So this is how the box came, like with the feet sticking out. So hopefully nothing is missing. This is a tabletop easel. This is so fun. I don't really talk to the camera that much because I feel really shy about it. I don't know. It still feels really funny. I think it's mostly put together already, so I don't think there's any assembly. Although I was hearing some loose parts in there. Yeah, pretty cool. And then it has this too, so you can do really tall pieces or whatever. And a small ledge at the bottom, just slightly wobbly, but I think I can tighten that. Maybe not. Maybe that's what's loose. So this is what was loose in the package. Okay, and it's just off one side, thankfully. So we got pretty lucky that that did not fall out of the package. Pretty nice. Oh, I remembered that's what I think this is for, holding your paper down. You don't have to tape it necessarily and worry about, I guess, maybe the tape peeling. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, complete.
We're here. We need to put a pin in the small talk and get to work.
So I decided I wanted a textile art piece in my studio, and I was going to splurge on one. And I was actually filming a separate video on this, but I have lost all the footage. Probably for the best, honestly. I had no idea what I was doing. While I show you what I have done so far on the quilt, I would love to hear what you have done or added to your studio or creative space that has made all the difference. Maybe things that you've just seen online that you would like to do yourself. I think I'm hitting a little bit of analysis paralysis, I think is what it's called. But yeah, if you have any ideas, please let me know. If you haven't seen the first episode of my studio upgrade series, definitely go watch that. I'm planning another video in this series. It's going to be more decorations and just personalizing the space. And then I think I'm going to do a bit of an art haul, re-up some of my supplies that I'm getting low on. Keep an eye out for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment about studio ideas, studio related stuff. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.